Hello, is this thing on? I wish I could tell you, but I don't actually know. I didn't know that my guy is going crazy. One second, I'm gonna fix that. Cool, I think that's better. Is my audio abysmal before I start doing something else? I I'll take your word for it. So actually, it's really cool that you are in chat, Kaylee, because the entire goal of this stream specifically is that I'm going to test out that new Wug Trio deck that I've talked about building, because I don't think that most of the currently really good decks in this game are particularly funny, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I bought the premium battle pass. I went as far as to do that just so I could get enough points to build it, and all of these accessories for it, and then the Tatsurigi Dondozo deck. And I have no idea how either of them work, but that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I'm actually gonna make my Game Boy. Oh, don't look. That's embarrassing. My Game Boy arm smaller because it's unrealistic. Otherwise, um, let me make sure my bit rate and everything's good. I'm gonna ignore the like 3 or 4 warnings that YouTube is giving me, and let's see how the game works if we actually get in there. This is not the Wug Trio deck. This is the Bandit deck that I've used for most of the time. Oh wait, no, there's no game audio. Oh bother. Hello, Ghost Bunny. What would your question be about this? Is that okay? Game audio? Is it too loud? Does it drown me out? This is like the first opponent I've ever had to make me go first. Usually people love going first, which I personally don't like. I don't personally know if it's like that much better or worse in this game to go second. I'm done with that. Can you transfer all your cards from old? So you can, and actually, I think now you're like within a certain amount of time they're gonna force you to transfer all of your cards from TCG Online. I think so. I think cards before a certain point you can't bring with you, but most of the newer cards. Oh, hi, Salty Boy. This is not technically VTubing, but I'm about as close as you can get, without doing so. Yeah, I was scared when I first transferred over, not only because people said that TCG Live has had a lot of issues, but I had built like 2 or 3 decks that I ended up losing anyway because you can't really play much expanded on here. But that's neither here nor there. Because I think that TCG Live, I've had an easier time building new decks, like this Bandit one. I don't know how up-to-date you all are. Yeah, you should get the game right now, honestly. I think it's worth it. once again, you're gonna have to at some point, because TCG Online does not support any sets that come out after Scarlet and Violet, or starting with Scarlet and Violet. So if you don't get TCG Live, you can't play with the awesome Bannit deck. Bannit, for the uninitiated, makes it so one of their attacks, like Everlasting Darkness or something really over the top, makes it so your opponent can't play item cards, which is good in of itself. It only does like 30 damage, but its attack Poltergeist makes it so that you deal, I think it's 60 damage for every trainer card they have, which is a ton of damage, potentially. Not doing too hot with the review. Yeah. That's the sad part. Why? I think they abandoned online just because they wanted, because online I think was like what, 12 years old, and a lot of card games currently are building their own clients, and so I think Pokemon felt like it had to get something new to keep up. That's not what I want. I want this guy. And I guess they have moved a little fast, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of glitches that people have been having for the past year or so that TCG Live's been out. Which is a long time to be having those kind of problems. I personally haven't had as many glitches, other than one time that the game never ended. Like, the opponent's timer ran out, it just kept going. You know what? Scorched Earth, I need a new hand. And that's actually like the best professor's research I've like ever gotten. I don't think the glitches are like delete your save file bad. It's mostly like sometimes a game will freeze, or like a fight will freeze, like it'll soft lock you for nothing. And that really sucks. But it never, like, you don't, like, I don't think people have lost cards or anything, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a professional. I know that a lot of people have been experiencing a glitch recently, specifically with Gardevoir EX, which I was gonna say, as much as I love Bannit EX, he kind of can't carry a deck on his own, and so I need Gardevoir EX to make this deck in any way viable. But Gardevoir EX has the ability to take energies from the discard pile, and sometimes it just won't let you put energies on your Pokemon. And it's like little things like that that kind of add on together to make it really frustrating. I'm not a professional, technically. I am certified to know the rules of the game, which is worth something, I think, but I'm not a professional on, like, the glitches this game has. Let's hope this gets me a Gardevoir EX. Okay, that's okay. I have an Ultra Ball, so it doesn't really matter. This deck is really cool, but it sets up really slow, comparatively. Like, he was doing 120 damage on his second turn, and I haven't even had enough energy to attack until this turn. But he has 8 cards in his hand, which means there's no way he doesn't have a ton of trainers. And I only need him to have 4 trainer cards, and then his Suicune goes down. I could play it safe and do Everlasting Darkness to assure that he'll have enough trainer cards, but it's not fun to play safe, so let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. See, that's why Bannit EX is so funny. I've done nothing but lose this entire game, and then one attack for 2 energy was able to take out any Pokemon. The only downside is that now he'll know that I'm gonna do that and start playing item cards even if he doesn't need to. Which sucks, because Bannit becomes like completely unviable after that, but is really cool because then he's not using his item cards like he should be. But man, is he using Suicune V. I've never actually seen Suicune V be used in a deck. And really I'm not learning much about what his deck does other than play Suicune V and use it. It's not very... It's like... It's simultaneously not gimmicky, but also it's not like a fun way. So it's kind of the worst of both worlds, this deck so far. No offense to effective 410. Hello, Keith. This is definitely a Hayden IRL stream pog moment. For the uninitiated, I currently live in an apartment because I'm going to school, and it has hit 88 degrees in my apartment because they are not turning on the cooling until May the 1st. Which means, while you can't see me because of my little avatar, I'm sweating. I'm breaking a sweat in the middle of this game, of the Pokemon trading card game live. And it's not because it's intense. This game so far has been anything but intense. But it might be. Let's see what Articuno does. Your basic water Pokemon do more damage, but not enough. And he still has so many cards in his hand that I can probably just use Poltergeist again and beat another Suicune. But I'm gonna fill my bench up just in case. And I'm just gonna go for it. What's the worst thing that can happen? Literally the worst thing I can do is do 300 damage and take out another V in one hit. We're already 2/3 through like this entire game. And where Suicune's attack does 20 damage for every benched Pokemon, every one of his Pokemon that I beat, it gets weaker. But also, talking and playing the game is hard, so I shouldn't have played 2 extra Pokemon to my bench, because it's only going to make him stronger. The thing is, though, is that after Bannet gets KO'd, which is 2 prize cards for him, which will actually make this a really close game, so that might make it a little more interesting, but Gardevoir does 190 damage, which is pretty cool. And if I can get 2 more Mewtwo V unions in the discard, then that'll be even cooler. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Oh, that's... Oh. I was gonna say it's really bad, because he could take out 2 Pokemon on my bench, and then if he beats Bannet, he just won. I guess that's fair. That's still pretty good. Is audio and like bitrate and everything still good for you all, the viewer? I'm still getting some like stuff from YouTube, but I don't really know how to fix it, so if it's not the worst issue in the world, then I'm just not going to. Oh, that was actually the wrong choice. So I need to somehow, if I want to win this game this turn, I need to get a boss's orders, which means I can't use any supporter cards to get there. I just have to rely on pure luck. Luck of the draw, heart of the cards. Alright, that's okay, because if I send out him, I can use Radiant Greninja's ability to draw again. I sound good. Can you hear the game in the background? Hello, Leroy. This unfortunately is not Yu-Gi-Oh, but I hope you liked my thumbnail where I stole, like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh's likeness. I don't actually know what I do here, what my win condition would be. Because I've taken so much damage. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to Miracle Force Greninja and hope he can't do enough damage to me to win. I like the community building going on in the chat right now. If someone didn't know better, they'd think you might know each other in real life. Oh, I forgot. I guess it's been long enough where people would have had the chance to come in if they wanted to. I started a Discord server, and if you wish to join it, you can. It's in the description of this stream. I'll probably, like, you know, tend to it more as time goes on. I wasn't sure exactly if... Sorry, I'm trying. This guy's playing a lot of cards, and so it's really hard to announce something when he's got 16 cards in his hand and he's drawn half of them this turn. But yeah, I've got a Discord server up. If anyone has suggestions for it, let me know. Feel free to join it. You have to, like, accept all the rules and everything before you can actually be part of it, but yeah, I thought that'd be a fun way. It reminded me, the community building in the chat. That's kind of the goal of... He has won this game. That's okay. It's a little warm-up round. We'll come back stronger. That's a huge damage game, though. 730 to 777. 770, not 777. Let's see, this might turn into a pack opening stream if, there's something good here. Collect our rewards, Thornton. Okay, it's a pack opening stream now. Place your bets. What's it gonna be? I'm thinking, Illustrator Rare, Fido. Wow, that's disappointing. This is awkward. Krogunk and... Oh, an EX. That's cool. Great Tusk and Iron Treads both got EXs in this set, but I've yet to see someone do something with them from, like, a gameplay standpoint. They're really pretty Illustrator cards, though, so at the end of the day, that's what matters. Hello, Legend. You didn't miss much. All I did was lose a game, like, really fast, all things considered. And then we were doing a pack opening, but I got nothing from that either, so... I think it's about time that I start using something a little more fun. Oh, I have to name this deck. Okay. So, we're gonna go with the Wug Trio deck. I've never used this before, but I bought the Battle Pass just so I could build it, because I needed more coins, or whatever the currency is called. So the point of this deck, it's not conventional in the sense that I'm trying to take away all my opponent's prize cards. This deck aims to deplete my opponent's deck, which is really funny. People always choose to go first. I said it last time, but more people are here, so I'm going to say it again. I think it's really funny how often people choose to go first. I much do not prefer it. I know how some of the cards work in this deck just because they're like the classic cards you see in every deck, like Manaphy, to keep my bench safe. But I barely read what the cards did before going in. So we'll see how it does. Well, actually, it looks like we might have a good chance of doing... Yeah, it's a mill deck. I have seen it in a competitive level mixed with Lugia, which is like the deck ever still right now. But I couldn't afford to buy all the cards to build a Lugia deck on here. So, we're just gonna do it without Lugia and hope that the milling's enough. So let's start getting some Wiglets on the field. You know what, let's go for another, just in case. Rescue Carrier. Okay, so this deck might actually, like the one we're going against, might be pretty good if I have to use grass types because it's weak, but it's not feeling like I'm actually going to be doing that much attacking. But maybe I do. I really don't know. All I know is that our goal is to get Wug Trio on the field, who for 3 energy lets me flip 3 coins, and I discard cards from my opponent's deck for every heads that I get. But to get those energy out really fast, I have Cherubi, or Cherim more specifically, who will let me put an infinite amount of grass energies. I'm just gonna put this here just so that I can retreat Cherubi in a second if I can get a Cherim on the field. Oh. That's really reasonable. Discard the top. But also, I don't know if his deck is even gonna try and do damage to my bench, so that might have just been for nothing. It'd make a lot more sense to use Ram right here, but I think it would be funnier if we dig a little. So let's get the milling started. Yeah. What's he gonna do without that water energy? Probably use Magma Volcano again and kill Wiglet. If I'm being honest. Oh, he actually does have something that damages my bench. This is so unfortunate. Because if I recall correctly, that's the only mana fee I have in this deck. So... oh my gosh, another escape rope. It'll be worth it. I don't really know what the goal was with that, though. To use his escape ropes. If I find out that Cherim has less than 90 health and that I'm supposed to be using the level ball to get them out on the field, then this is going to be really sad, because Cherubi only has 40, and that's really low for a basic, I feel like, because Wiglet has 60. So let's find out if I'm just dumb. Okay. I understand a little bit better now. Oh, Wug Trio has 92. This deck's actually kind of good. It's all making sense to me now. Because now we Spring Bloom, and we can put another grass energy on him. And I'll play Wiglet, and... I probably don't need to do anything else. Okay, so now we're gonna flip 3 coins, and for each heads, we discard 3 cards. And Groudon already mills... wait. Oh my gosh, that's 9 cards off the top. And he mills 5 every time he attacks. So... it literally is a well-oiled machine. Every card in here has a purpose. My grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. Oh, but he has Energy Recycler, which actually just undid just about everything that I just did. Because he can just shuffle the energies back. But you know, you live and you learn, I guess. If I just get 3 more of those discards, then we just win. Because let's do that. Level Ball. Wug Trio. Can only put basic energy? No, so let's get a double turbo. energy retrieval to get a basic. And then I'll put the basic on the Wug Trio. And then we do it again. So this really is a meme deck, honestly. But you know, that's okay when I keep getting heads. And that's why a lot of people... Sorry, I took a drink and then I did not recover. That's why a lot of people play this deck with Lugia at the same time. So this is the downside, actually, because now I don't have anything and I'm going to lose. Not even to prize cards, but just to not have any Pokemon. Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna give him the win, because it'd be disrespectful to leave right now. But I probably should have used Cherum's ability to, put enough energy on Cherum to beat Groudon. See, I was having too much fun with the jokes, the goofs and the gaffs that I got careless. But the deck is really funny, and so I'm gonna be playing it not for the like foreseeable future, as in after this stream, but at least for the foreseeable future on this stream. We're 0-2, 0 damage to 1040, but I've never felt so inspired. But I was saying earlier, this deck, because it's so silly, people have paired it up with Lugia, which is the best deck out right now. So it kind of evens out to being like a pretty okay deck. And you have something to use as backup if the memes don't work, because Lugia is just really good. Instead of using Cherum to put grass energy on Wug Trio, it has Archeops, which lets you put special energy. I do not want to go first. Lets you put special energy from your deck or discard pile. I actually don't remember. You'd think that I would. But it's... If this is a well-oiled machine, it's a significant... that deck is a significantly stronger one. You're so right about winning with fun decks. You weren't here for the Bandit EX game that I had, but that is probably my favorite card that there is right now. I was playing yesterday, and I think I did 800 and something damage to someone for 2 energy. And like, once you start doing that much damage, it's hard to stop. This guy playing Ralts, which means he's probably running Gardevoir EX. If I had to guess, it's gonna be like an all Gardevoir EX, not the funny one. Yeah, because it has Mew. He's not even playing the funny Gardevoir EX deck. This Pokemon is in the active spot. You may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal an item card, and put it into your hand. Oh, that's actually really good. This Battle VIP Pass lets him take 2. The funny one's just the one that I run with the Bandit. It's technically a Bandit deck because that's like the only special thing about it. But there's like way more meta-relevant Gardevoir decks to run. But the Bandit deck has Gardevoir in it as kind of a safety net. Just like I was talking about with Wug Trio and Lugia. But once again, I don't have the currency to get Lugia, so we're running full meme Wug Trio right now. And this guy is running full meta Gardevoir, even with the Zacian V. And he has all the pretty artworks too, which is really cool. At least if I lose, I'm losing in style. Level Ball. Cherubi. What does Welcome Lantern actually do? Okay, Pokestop. We're gonna draw some cards. Gardevoir and Hisuian Typhlosion. What does Hisuian Typhlosion do? I don't think I remember. I'm gonna risk it and shuffle my hand to the deck. That got me nothing. But he doesn't have any big attackers out, so I'm going to just hope I don't get destroyed next turn. I guess really that's what makes Gardevoir so cool, is that any psychic type deck you can put them in and they'll be really helpful. And especially while we still have I don't exactly remember which set that symbol is, but this specific Kirlia with Refinement. Because then even as you're building up to Gardevoir EX, you get a lot of consistency. Oh, use it to stall. That's fair. That's kind of cool though. Like, stalling in the Pokemon video game is not as based, but for some reason the trading card game, it's a lot funnier. I guess just because it's less common. Immunities, like certain types not affecting one another. So I assume if that's what you mean, so every Pokemon has a weakness, so only one type per card is super effective to that card, and then some of them will have a resistance. Like Mew is 2 times weak to dark type cards, but takes 30 less damage from fighting. But like Wiglet is weak to lightning or electric and has no resistance. But like Grass, even though he's a water type, Grass isn't super effective to him. And like Psychic can hit dark and stuff like that. Unless they have an ability that says otherwise, but I don't think right now there's anything like that. Though there has been some silly stuff in the past. I've thought about... there's a website that I don't remember right now, even as much as I would love to shout them out. I do not remember what it's called, but you can run old metas, and I thought it'd be really fun to play some old stuff. Gosh. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. We've got a Wug trio on the field. And then we're gonna... we can only get 2 energy on him though, so... Nothing funny's happening this turn. But next turn... Assuming he doesn't put out Zacian V and win, it's gonna be funny. Oh, he's got normal Gardevoir too. This is another part of the meta-relevant Gardevoir EX, and that's why this card specifically has gone up in value a ton. Because of its ability he's using now. Once during your turn, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find to your Pokemon. Which is really good. It's just another energy peddler like Gardevoir EX. But I think this specific, like, you know, trainer gallery Gardevoir has gone up to like $15, which is pretty funny for a card that's just about only sold and bought for playing the game purposes. He's also running Mewtwo V Union, which I can't flack him for, because I also will run V2 Mew Union. But he's played and drawn so many cards, especially with Shining Arcana, that his deck is so low. So if I can get like just a couple really good Wugtrio coin flips, then this is not a lost game. Oh, but I forgot. The whole point about Gardevoir EX is that he's going to beat my Wugtrio this turn. And then I don't know what to do. I haven't thought that far. Oh wait, I have emotions, by the way. Someone was talking about PNG tubing earlier. What kind of PNG tuber am I? I haven't even been thinking about the emotions. And I think this one's kind of fitting for right now. Because this is not looking good for us. But it's not over. It's definitely looking like it's gonna be over. It's not guaranteed to be over. Because I'm gonna place another Wiglet. I'm gonna start putting energies on them. I'm just gonna put them all on him and hope he doesn't have a boss's orders to drag him out. And you know what? I can mill my deck a little bit because I haven't played every card under the sun. And I just put those back in the deck. It's like nothing ever happened. Oh, I guess I'm okay now. I got over it. That turn was a lot better for me. This is still not like a winning game by just about any means, but at least I can make him discard something. Because we will evolve here. I'm gonna double turbo energy him just in case. Then Bruno. Actually kind of an insane draw there with Bruno. Because I got a guy knocked out last time, I get 7 new cards from Bruno, which is huge. And now we start milling. If we get 3 heads and do it twice, then we actually just win this. That's 9 cards he just lost, and if he draws 1 card, and then I take 9 more, he's done. I could end stream right there and be happy if we beat this like super good Gardevoir EX deck. Nothing but Wugtrio. Oh, welcome back, Ghost Bunny. You got the game? Did you transfer all your stuff over? Or did it go well for you if you did? I guess I should ask. You got 8 booster packs, but you can't find them. I actually don't know where they would be. One second, that's okay. Usually when you get packs, they let you open them right there. But if you look like your deck, I know there was a collection section on the trading card game online. So maybe they're there? Hopefully? That'd be really cool if they were. Also, I get Wugtrio back. Which I have to put on someone next turn. But if we... Actually, no, if we get 3 heads right now, we just win the game. But that's really not likely. Yeah. Hudo's really good, though. Hudo, we can still win. That's true. They make it really easy to, like... I think it's, like, collect all or something. And it'll just auto-open everything for you. Which is really sad, but, you know... There's not even as many cards, I think, per pack online. Shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard into your deck. He's trying to survive. He's holding on with everything he has to keep some kind of card in his deck. Because for the uninitiated, when he runs out of cards there and he tries to draw, he just loses. Called a deck out. And he's drawing 2 cards from his deck, which is really bold because it brings him closer to losing. Yeah, it really is crazy that you only get 6 cards per pack. But I guess where you can only have 4 of any given card anyway. Oh. So if he didn't get a judge card or something to shuffle his hand back, okay, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Still not a lost game. And actually getting Bruno there is really good. But, it's just a lot harder to win this game now because I need to get another Wug Trio out. And I might... Do I have them all? No, I only have 1, okay. What do I use the credits for? Which one? There are a lot of different types of credits in this game. The gold coins you use for aesthetic upgrades. The purple gems you use for buying like packs and stuff. And then the the funky looking things that I think you're talking about, you use to build cards. So you can, without needing to open packs, you can or get certain cards, which is really helpful. What's not helpful is that I did not get enough energy to do what I needed to do. Which means... I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna retreat and let Cherubi take the hit because there's no way I survive it anyway. Yeah, kind of. So like different cards will cost different amounts. Have any more Wiglets? No, I'm not even gonna get that guy. I don't want him. Yeah, so like it's like, oh, you only have 3 of this card, but you want to put 4 in your deck. You can spend like 100 of those, and it will give you 1 more of that card. It's actually really nice. It's probably my favorite part about TCG Live. Not that that's special or like different from normal card game clients. Oh, 2 discard Pokemon into your... Oh, okay. Still into your hand, so there's still a chance. It's just... Oh, actually, no, there's no chance. I think we just lose here. Because even if we mill those last cards out of his hand next turn, he just beats us and gets the last prize card. So, that's not looking really good for us. But we've never put as much of a fight as we have right here. And there's something to be said about that. Yeah, we went down fighting at the very, very least. I don't even know if I have enough energy, like double turbo energies left to have a chance at... Wait, no! I'm lying! If we get 1 heads, we win here. Because he won't have any cards and he can't draw, next turn. So let's get ready. Say your prayers, because I'm going to flip 3 coins. Oh my gosh. Wug Trio is something good, let me tell ya. That game made it all worth it. It was long, I think, all things considered, because I didn't do, like, any damage. But there's something really funny about attack damage done 0 and winning the game. I didn't take any prize cards, but I won 7 coin flips, and that won me the game. And the music's doing something crazy too. Alright, we're gonna run that one back. That made it all worth it. This deck's actually really funny. And the only reason I built it in here is because I'm testing it because I want to start building more decks in real life, because I've not had the chance to compete because I didn't get back into like the actual playing the card game until deep into quarantine and stuff. So there hasn't been local games to play for a really long time. But with this new rotation, I thought, hey, I'm gonna get on top of things. And I have no basic Pokemon. Neither did he though, so it's okay. But I'm building this deck for my girlfriend because she's a Wiglet fan, and it's actually really funny, so if she's watching, there you go, now you know. You're trying to rebuild Shadow Rider Calyrex. Oh yeah, that's still, like, that's been out for so long, but it's crazy that it's still kept, like, relatively good. Has there been any frame drops or anything in, for you, the viewer? Because I'm not seeing anything on OBS, but I will admit YouTube has been a little, complaining. Oh, I looked away. I looked at OBS and he has 5 Pokemon on the bench. That's not the right one. I need to get pictures. I need to turn my stream deck back on. Miraidon EX is probably, of the new decks that have come out, the best, like, meta one. But even then, a lot of what it has is, like, with Regieleki, VMAX. So it still uses a lot of old cards, but, like, Miraidon EX is very good because it can get all of those Pokemon out that fast. This is not very cool, because he is super effective to me. And I would really like to retreat right now, but it does not seem like I'm gonna have that luxury. Why do I have Cherubi in my deck? Because Cherim lets me put as many grass energy from my hand to one of my Pokemon, and so it makes it really easy to set up Wugtrio fast. If you want like a really honest answer, it's because I didn't have enough of that funny currency to get the good, like the really good cards. I built this deck about 10 minutes before stream started. I was actually looking at it while that little, like, you know, waiting screen was playing. Oh, yeah, you haven't, I forgot you've been gone, so you haven't seen what our game plan is right now. So, let me fill you in. Wugtrio, for 3 energy, will do an attack that does 0 damage, but it lets you flip coins, and for every heads that you flip, you get to discard 3 energy from your opponent's deck. Meaning, if he has a deck that uses a lot of drawing cards, and I just keep flipping heads, then I can make him deck out really quickly. And that's how the last game ended, with just enough heads flipped to deck out without taking any prize cards. Yeah, it's really, it's mischievous. It's devious, to say the least. But man, is it funny. What isn't funny is that it's really not doing anything to this deck so far. I don't want to discard Cherim, but Professor's Research seems like my only way out right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Sorry, Cherim. There's more of you in this deck, so... Awesome. That's pretty good. Oh, but now it takes 2 energies. I wasn't really paying attention, was I? Rescue Carrier. I can get both of those guys back. Nest Ball, another Wiglet. And now we wait. This, setting up 6 Pokemon in turn 1 is really putting a wrench in the, Wugtrio plan. But, you know, it's okay. As long as he doesn't put 2 more energies on Flying Pikachu this turn, Wugtrio can technically survive to use at least 1 Undersea Tunnel. Which, as good of a move as that is, that's the one that lets me discard cards. It's way less funny than Dig a Little, Wiglet's attack. Oh no, I forgot. The whole point is that Regieleki VMAX makes his Pokemon do 30 more damage before weakness and resistance. Meaning Flying Pikachu can take out one of my Wiglets in just 1 hit with 1 energy. Which, that's really sad. But at least I can make him discard some cards. Maybe if I get a Grass Energy right here. Okay, yeah. So this is why we have Cherim, because I can just put Grass Energies on all I want. But what I can't do is damage. So... oh, it's probably a lost game. I agree. There's no way that I'm going to get enough, coins flipped. But you know what? We're gonna get on fighting. If I'm one thing, it's not a coward. He's not even playing cards anymore because he knows he can just Thunder Shock and that's it. But oh, we're just gonna send another Wugtrio out there. And in the meantime, we're gonna play another Wiglet. Energy Lotto. No. I'm gonna Cherim this Grass Energy on the off chance that we get a double Turbo Energy from Professor's research. Oh, so yeah. I can only once per turn use... no, as often as you like. Okay. No, never mind. That's another Undersea Tunnel. And I'm gonna get one of those guys, just in case. I'm gonna Energy Recycler. Put those guys back in there. And let's flip some coins! So, if I were flipping better, I wouldn't feel like this was an immediately lost game. Because, like, he has to do 3 more. If I got 9 cards 3 times, I would still technically win this. But, if I'm only gonna get 1 heads every time, then it's not really helping me any, is it? Because now I'd have to get it 2 times and not get hit, so... I think this is definitely a lost game. But I've never been one to concede. Wiglet. Wugtrio. Grass Energy. Pokestop. Bruno. Now we're gonna put our Wiglets and Wugtrios back into our hand to keep the cycle going. I think an electric type deck is just a hard counter to the operation I'm trying to run here. Can't they use energy retrieval? Oh, because it's in your discard pile. Yikes. Yikes. I might concede just for viewer retention's sake. This is just getting disrespectful at this point. The magnitude at which I'm losing here. So I'm gonna give him the old thumbs up, and I'm going to leave. At the end of the day, though, she is the maddest partier in the game, so I can't really be blamed. I'll do one more with Wug Trio for right now, and then I actually have a second deck I've never played before to try out on this stream, and that is the Dondozo Tatsugiri deck, sorry. It's been a long day. I just checked, this is the most off-topic thing I think we've had so far, but I just checked right before I started this stream, and I have walked a solid 10 miles the past 2 days, which is pretty good for someone who's played the Pokemon card game as much as he has the past 2 days as well. See if he chooses to go first or second. The hardest read I can get on my opponent is I can get like just pure vibe check on if they choose to go first. And the answer is bad vibes. It makes me feel confident. Bad vibes for their chances of winning. Just as bad as the vibes that I have not pulling any basic Pokemon. I only took one mulligan though, so we're good. If we can set up faster than we did last time, then it won't really be a problem. Once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you put any cards in the bottom of your deck this way, draw a card. That's cool. And actually, shuffling their hand back into their deck is really bad for Wug Trio, because it makes it harder to deck them out. But also, I guess if they do that, and then I just discard them all, then it's good. So really, at the end of the day, it's fine. Level ball. I'm actually gonna get... No, I'm gonna get Wug Trio, because I can't evolve until next turn anyway, so there's no reason to get out Cherim, because I already have the basic energy. And we're already getting started with the milling by getting rid of his Bibarel on the top of his deck. He would actually really appreciate that, because he's got Bidoof already on the ground. I'll admit, this is the first time that I've, to any, like, consistent extent, listened to the music in this game, which is kind of funky. It's not bad by any means, but it's not good, I guess? It's not, like, crazy good. That sucks. I had Wug Trio, and now I don't. He actually really got me there. I had a really good hand for the start of this game. Oh, it's an Oinkologne deck. This is another deck that I was thinking about building to be funny on stream. Not this one. That one's not as gimmicky as Dondozo or Wug Trio. It's just kind of pretty good, but it's still funny. I guess I'm just gonna play another Wiglet, double energy him, and dig a little. That's all I've ever known. Is taking one card at a time off the top of his deck. His golden double turbo energy. This guy has a lot of full art, like, and golden cards. Oh my gosh. Technically, you can just buy them using that currency, but, like, imagine having that much. Yeah, because look, he's got another full art one and a Path to the Peak. And a gold escape rope. And now I'm about to start getting hurt really bad. I have no defense. If he flips tails, I got a turn of safety though. Yeah. That's what it's all about. It's Wiglet time. Rescue Carrier, get my Wiglet back out, just in case. I'm gonna basic energy him and Bruno for 7 cards. And still no Wug Trio. That's actually crazy. I guess we're just gonna dig a little more. That was the most insane Judge play I've ever seen, and like, he didn't even know it. He didn't know what I had. He didn't know that I had the best Wiglet starting hand that I've had in the 4 games I've played with this deck ever. But he didn't have to. I'm curious for those watching, would you guys say that you are more into playing the game or like collecting pretty cards? Because I think the most recent sets have been really good for both of those things, honestly. The best really for people who love having really pretty cards in their decks too. Because there's been a lot of like, especially with Crown Zenith, they printed a bunch of really like competitively viable cards, but really pretty. Did I discard a Wug Trio at any point? No. Meaning, I still have nothing to do other than dig a little. That's actually good, though. We don't address often enough that sometimes I could just discard really good cards, like one of his EXs. Until he gets Tails here to buy me some more time. That's really bad. Glovit is hard countering my Wug Trio deck here. Not that we've seen a Wug Trio, I can barely even call it that. Energy retrieval. I forgot it's only for item cards. That's no fun. Let's just dig a little. Yeah. This isn't looking... Oh, you know what? I am angry. This isn't looking very good. And this is a slow burn, too. At least the last one, like, every turn I was losing a Pokemon. Even Judge couldn't save me. I thought maybe that if he used Judge again, it would, like, even out into helping me out a bunch. You'd probably die if you took a shot every time I said dig a little. But it's not my fault, it's all I can do. I'd love to do some undersea tunneling, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Double turbo. Just on the off chance that this Bruno's gonna get me a Wug Trio, in which things can get started. Yeah. Now we can actually play the game. And I'm gonna Hisuian Heavy Ball for Cherubi. See, now I'm not gonna be talking about digging a little, because now I'm only gonna be undersea tunneling with 3 heads right here. 2 heads. Yeah. And there's 6, basically all full art cards gone. And now Wug Trio... Actually, did he get... Yeah, he can't attack this turn either, so... That's gonna be another possibly 9 cards I can get rid of next time. So we're actually turning this around. Because we're just gonna try that again. Professor's Research could be good. If I get another rescue carrier, I can just put them all, but I'm out of Wiglets. So actually I need rescue carrier. I'm gonna Professor's Research. And then I'm gonna rescue carrier, a Wiglet, and a Wug Trio, so the cycle can begin anew. This is actually a super winnable game. Alright, Undersea Tunnel. Let's get 3 heads, 9 cards out of their deck. Okay, okay, alright, well, you really can't win them all, I guess. That might actually... Okay. They had the emote. I can't even feel bad about it though. I knew what I was getting into going in. Get tails? Okay. That sucks. Oinkalone flipping tails is really the key to us winning this, because more time to mill. But it's not entirely lost, because Bruno could get us another rescue carrier. Or not, but Pokestop can get us another rescue carrier. Right here. Or not. I'm actually not going to use an energy recycler or anything like that, just because I don't want to add more cards, yeah, because I don't want to add more cards to my deck, because I really want to get that rescue carrier if I have one. But we'll take 9 cards out of their deck, that's helpful. Even though he's going to beat my Wug Trio this turn. Yeah, he knows he's won. There is something condescending about the way the emotes look in this game. Not that the ones from online didn't look that way. Used in the right context, they like really could, but you know. I will play this one out, unlike the last time though, just because I don't like to concede, it makes me feel weak. I'm about to mill my own deck. That actually would be really funny. I'll do 70 damage, or 30 damage, I forgot. So at least I'll be doing some damage on my way out. Can't say I didn't do nothing. And then we'll switch to Dondozo. Keep things exciting. So if you've been keeping up with the stream schedule, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, gosh, next week, I will be streaming Super Smash Brothers at the same bat time, same bat channel. Even though all the content that I make is about Pokemon, and I, of course, play the Pokemon card game a lot, I actually compete in Smash, so hopefully we'll get more wins next week. Alright, we're switching to Dondozo, who also has a decked out deck box and everything. But another deck that I need to learn how to use, because I've never used this one either, and very, very little read up on what it did. So we'll have to go through that learning curve together. Because why would I have done the research before I got on stream? Nope. Let's see what we're working with. That's, I think, good. I'm not gonna play any of them. Okay, so we're fighting a Lost Box deck. I didn't know that was gonna happen because of the dragon sleeves. But it's another meta-relevant deck. The last couple we've fought haven't actually been, so I haven't really talked about them too much. But Lost Box is one of the decks right now. And what it does, what its whole goal is to send their cards to the Shadow Realm or the Lost Zone, which is not as cool. And then they have a lot of Pokemon that have attacks that get stronger with more cards in the Lost Zone. For example, Cramorant, once they have 4 or more cards discarded to the Lost Zone, can use its 110 damage attack for free. Which is really bad for us. So our plan is we want to get Dondozo. And we want to start discarding Tatsugiris as much as possible. Because you do more damage the more Tatsugiris that you have in the discard pile. Just like in the game where he eats them. Which I think is super cute, and I love when they do stuff like that. It's like a little more makes sense in universe than a lot of what they'll do. I'm gonna put another Tatsugiri into my hand for me to discard with Professor's Research in a second. And end my turn. This is tough because I'm pretty sure he'll be able to set up faster than I can, especially where I don't know how this deck works. And even though I'll be doing, I guess, at most 200 damage per attack, that's not enough to beat some of his Pokemon. But we'll see. We're learning together. He's already got enough in the Lost Zone for his Cramorant to do 110 damage without having to find any energy, so... If you want an example of how fast he is setting up compared to me, it is quite fast. But he wants to put even more because there's cards like Sableye, who, once there's 10, he can do 120 damage spread around all of my Pokemon however he wants. Which is really sad. For me, not for him. It's awesome for him. And Lost Box is kind of fun. I like decks that have like a bit of a gimmick like that. But, you know, for some reason it's never been my favorite. It's not, it's like almost too good, not funny enough. But it's like funnier than like Archeops and Lugia, so, you know. Creature deck up to 2 basic, attach them to one of your basic Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Yeah, I'm gonna put this Tatsugiri out here to die to make my guys stronger. Professor's Research. And we're gonna basic energy him. Another Dondozo out. Oh, I shouldn't have. I should have done it on Tatsugiri. That's my bad. You know what? Oops. That's why we're learning. Then I'm just gonna let him perish. I don't remember if this deck has any boss's orders in it, but it'd be really good if it did. Oh. That's okay. So now he has to go through and do all of his flower selecting and all of his putting cards in the Lost Zone before he can attack, because... Maybe that's why I've never liked this deck. It feels like it's just a lot of sitting here while he discards cards. And I feel like I wouldn't enjoy just sitting here and discarding a bunch of cards. Like, there's been times where we have these timers on the right, where I've had like 20 minutes left and he's had like 13 because he's just been discarding cards. Ba, 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 ba. He's got 8 cards in the Lost Zone. Once he gets 10, he'll be able to use Sableye. And I think, yeah, Giratina put 2 energy into the Lost Zone, and if he has 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone, Giratina will just instantly KO one of my Pokemon, which is really funny. And I mean that sarcastically, if you can't tell by my face. But life goes on. Let's see what we can do here. If we make him stronger... It takes 4 cards to retreat Dondozo, by the way. That's insane. Or 4, whatever they're called. Energy. I'm gonna use the Pal Pad and put these guys back in there, because Serena would actually be like really good right now. I almost feel bad that I discarded it. But we're starting to see the release rage work out for us in KOing one Comfy, which is not much compared to everything else that he has out right now. But if I can draw Serena, then I can get out Giratina and do a lot more damage to it. That's for sure. Because the problem with double turbo energy is having 2 energies really cool, but it makes your Pokemon do 20 less damage, which is really not cool. And he can instantly KO any of my Pokemon that he wants right now. I actually don't know why he would keep putting cards in the Lost Zone. Because I don't think there's anything he would need that would need more cards in the Lost Zone. Search your deck for 2 basics and attach them to your Pokemon. He's actually milling his own deck like really fast. If I was using my Wug Trio deck, this would be crazy. I could beat him next turn. Maybe Wug Trio's a really good counter to Lost Zone. I haven't thought about it before, so I don't know. Pardon. Had to clear my throat. He's debating on whether or not he wants to immediately... Oh yeah, he is. He's gonna use his V-Star ability to just destroy Dondozo. I guess there's no reason not to. This is a single prize deck, so it's not like there's anything in there better that he could use it on. I just want to get a Serena. And I'm actually gonna try and get it right here. I meant right here. I meant... Oh, never mind. That card's last unit. Let me find the trainer card. Never mind. But actually, that's good. I'm gonna put that out there. Flip a coin, and then I get to find a Pokemon from my deck, and maybe I can find a Curlia, which will help me just be more consistent moving forward. Cool. And we want him to kill Tatsugiri, because more in the discard pile means more damage for us. Not that I think Dondozo can do near enough damage to do anything to this Giratina, and he's about to take my Dondozo out and kill him, so it's not like it mattered. Gosh. Yeah, I think he's just gonna beat me here. Because I can stall, but like I can't stall for 7 more times of him drawing cards. I don't think, at least. Because, yeah, at this point he's just full damage out, and he's not going to be using, whatever it's called, flower selecting. So I kind of just have to sit on this one. He's sure taking his time deciding what energy he's going to discard here. And send out another Tatsugiri and hope that he will actually beat it this time. And I'm just gonna keep trying to get out of... Actually, Serena I don't even think helps me anymore now that he's gotten rid of normal Giratina V. Which is a really funny thing now that I actually got it. There it is. I got distracted. I got a warning on YouTube. They were mad about my stream's bitrate, but I guess if you all are saying it's still fine, then I have no reason to believe that it's not. Let's see what we get. Basic water energy is actually really good. And we'll end our turn. This is I probably would have scooped a lot of turns ago if I was playing like for real competitively. I would have, yeah, a while ago probably conceded, but I'm not. We're playing on TCG Live at like 8:30 on a Thursday night, so he's gonna sit here and I'm gonna put 2 basic energy and 2 Pokemon back into my hand. It's kind of a shame because decks like this are super cool, but like not as good, you know? Which is really sad. Because I wish that decks that had more fun, not even just gimmicks, but like had more fun mechanics were more popular. But like, why would you try and do a max 200 damage with Dondozo when you could do 280 on Giratina, like basically for free? Because it's funny is the honest answer, and that's why I'm doing it here. That's why you're sitting here watching this. But, you know. Ugh. Another day, another dollar. That's what they say. In spite of how bad I've been getting destroyed, if I boss's orders out one of his comfies, then I was like halfway there to winning, actually. So I'm gonna do that. He gets the win, but I was halfway there at the end of the day. Which is not bad. I only have 3 prize cards left, guys. It was a close game. I swear. I swear, guys. This deck is less funny than Lug Trio, but I still respect it a lot. It feels a little bit closer to, like a Dragon Ball deck. Where the Dragon Ball decks are so, like, disgustingly themed after the not the Pokemon, the characters in it. And I feel like a lot of Pokemon decks I wish were more like that. Which gives me a lot of appreciation for a deck like this, even if not very good. It's not horrible. And there's probably deck lists that have it that are better, but I'm using like the most bare bones basic lists I could find because the first tournament with the new rotation isn't gonna happen until this weekend. The European International Championship is gonna happen in London this weekend, I'm fairly certain, which is cool, both because it's fun to watch. I like the casters that they have. So they have like some of the, you know, very popular faces and then some less common people, but all of which are very cool. And we're gonna start getting some post-rotation deck lists, like, a little more, I guess, earnestly. I think what I'm gonna go for at the start here, because I don't really know how this deck works yet, is I'm just gonna try and get a bunch of Tatsugiris into my hand, and then gonna like really hope that I get a Professor's Research or something to like Scorched Earth clear out my hand, which so far has not been going so hot for me, but all in due time. Hello, Jacob. Yeah, the guy on the thumbnail isn't from Pokemon because it's me. That's just what I look like. This is my normal look. Yeah, I actually, so Pokemon contacted me. I woke up to an email a couple days ago, and they asked me to try out the new Game Boy Advanced SP port of TCG Live. And you can tell that it's really good because I'm so glued to it that I'm not even moving my hands. I'm so, like, invested in the game. Because if I was shaking too much, I wouldn't be able to see what's going on. Yeah, Mr. Pokemon, it was actually Pikachu contacted me. Nice guy. You'd be surprised. He's taller in person. I actually am not drawing super hot right now. But I'm gonna start putting energies on Dondozo, just for when I get Tatsugiris. No, Pikachu, Pokemon is his father. He just goes by Pikachu. This guy, I have no idea what deck this guy's running, by the way. I thought, like, oh, a Koraidon EX deck, that's cool. I've not seen something use it before. But then he also has Urshifu VMAX, which is really cool. But I can't really get the read on what I can do about this. But I'm keep discarding energies and then keep drawing more energies. I guess I'm just gonna keep sitting on it. You have Pokemon with attacks or abilities that can be used, yeah, but for 0 damage. Maybe a Koraidon EX deck would be cool to build. I just know people haven't talked about him because Miraidon's just been so much better. But, once you attach 2 basic fighting energy cards from your discard pile to your fighting Pokemon in any way, if you use this ability, your turn ends. Okay, actually, yeah, that's not super good. Yeah, that's the thing, Jacob. I do know a lot about the Pokemon card game, and I have no idea what this guy's doing right now. But if you want to know what I'm trying to do here, I actually have a really fun deck. So I have Dondozo, who's this big fish, and he does 50 more damage for every one of these little fish that I have in my discard pile. So my goal is just to discard as many of them as possible, as fast as possible, so that I can do maximum damage. And I'm gonna judge to clear out my hand, because I've been having a horrible hand this whole time. I'm just now getting a Professor's Research. It's a really cool deck. It's just not super good. Um, it's actually really sad because I wish decks like this were better. But you know, yeah. At the end of the day, I don't make the rules. I just learn them and enforce them. He's got great... I think this guy just took every fighting type Pokemon he had in his collection and put them into a deck. I think I'm trying too hard to fathom that this was a meta decision that he made. Not that I can make fun of him. I'm using a deck list that I found online and still losing. Though, my heart just wasn't in the cards, I guess. Keep drawing. I have every professor's research that, I could possibly have right now in my hand. He really is just wanting to use the Pokemon. He's just winning with the Pokemon he likes. That's what they always say. Check this out, though. We're about to get the big buffs right here. His Ultra Ball lets me discard 2 Pokemon, discard 2 Tatsugiri, and I'm gonna get a Ralt. I should have gotten a Curlia, but that's neither here nor there. And that's the end of my turn. So now I should have 3 of those guys in there. So now Dondozo will do 150 damage, which is really cool. Except he's about to do something really unfortunate. Yeah, okay. So I lost a lot of my consistency with Ralts and Curlia being gone, but technically, like that doesn't hurt me too bad. I've had worse things happen for sure. Because I can Raihan, who actually gets stronger if I had a Pokemon KO'd. Or it can only be used if they had a Pokemon KO'd. Either or. And then I get to choose one card and put it into my hand. Which that's the sauce here. What that card's gonna be, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna get another Curlia. Have I been... No, this is the first time I've done this. This is the first time I've streamed since December of 2020, I'm pretty sure. No, December of 2021. Which is not much better. But... yeah, I plan on doing this every Thursday in April. I'm not gonna stream this game I'm trying to do different stuff. Next week we're streaming Smash, and then the week after that I think I'm doing Variety Hour, which could be any number of things. Maybe I'll play Tekken, maybe I'll play Valorant, Lord knows. And then after that I'm doing 2 weeks of shiny hunting for charity. Actually, I'm gonna be doing the Arbor Week stream, Save the Forest, Rainforests. And I'll have more information on that later. Is the best I can give there. Is that eventually I'll have more to say. But for right now, that's all the information I've got. I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. Yeah, hopefully it continues to be fruitful. It's a very busy month for me otherwise, so I'm really hoping that I'm still able to keep up with the schedule that I've given myself. Because yeah, I'm leaving, like, my classes, my last undergraduate education classes are going to be done on May the 5th. So I have a lot of work to do leading up to that. Like, papers to write and exams and stuff like that. But that's not going to stop me. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for like 2 hours or so. Yeah, it's a busy time. also am working on multiple videos, which is a a cool thing actually, because I have 2 videos planned to come out here in April. One of which is, wait a second, am I about to do something cool? Let's find out. No, it's not that cool. Actually, it's kind of sad. But yeah, I have a full video coming out at the latter part of this month. And then I have another drawing show episode coming out hopefully early next week. It's probably the most scuffed episode that we've had from a technical standpoint. My audio will sound bad. My guest lost all of her footage for drawing. So I'll have to figure something out for that. But it's probably the coolest, some of the coolest, like, conversation and stuff that I've had on one of those episodes, which is really exciting. And then after, and in addition to that, both of the thumbnails for this month I have had drawn. I've commissioned art for both of my thumbnails, so hopefully, I'll be spoiling y'all with quality looking content as well. Let's see, 130. Oh, we're actually gonna once again probably end this game with 3 prize cards taken, which is not that bad. Makes it look once again like we got halfway through winning the game before we got stomped out. But we don't know that. Actually, we do know that, because he's going to do 250 damage to me, and then I have 0 plan for what I'm going to play afterwards. Because even if I beat Great Tusks, I can't do enough damage. Or I can beat him, but I'll still have 1 prize card left over. But let's try anyway. Swinging Heavy Ball. That's the guy we wanted. So far, so good. I'm gonna try Refinement to get double energy, double turbo energy. No. Then we're gonna have to go full in Professor's Research. It's the this ends my game actually. Oh wait. Put this Pokemon and all attached cards into your hand is an insane ability to have on an attack on that Pokemon, and actually makes this deck like at least 3 times better than I expected it to be. I think I'm just dumb. This goes to show you should probably read about what your decks do before you play them. Because yeah, that's actually an insanely good ability to have. Because that lets me put it in my hand and then I can discard it with like Ultra Ball or something. Instead of just hoping that he'll KO it. Yeah, find out literally the last turn before he's about to hit me that, hey, wait a second, this deck actually, like, there's a reason someone posted this deck list online. It's... Let's see. Now that we know better, let's see how we can beat this guy. His little intro thing said, I've not lost all day, but I'll be the judge of that. He has the Nashville World Championship coin, so actually there's probably no chance I beat this guy. He's too cool for me. It really is. It's a really pretty coin. I've not seen the coin before, but all of the Nashville World Championship. Oh, he's got the card sleeves. This is a real Nashville fan. That's not a good first Pokemon to have. But we'll make do. Real Nashville boys make do. Got Klefki, which actually makes my already unfortunate first Pokemon even worse, because Mischievous Lock makes it so I can't use Greninja's ability. There's also a horrible first hand. You know, if I was a worse man, I'd have already conceded. But I'm not, so let's do something with it. Even if it's slowly, it will be surely a Dondozo dub. Because we've got to have one. I've only got 15 more minutes left on this earth. And by that I mean on this stream. But in that 15 minutes we'll get a... Oh, he's actually running a Miraidon. See, I assumed when he had Klefki that it was going to be a Gardevoir just because it was Psychic. Pokemon could do with a better mulligan rule. Yeah, that's fair. It's funny. I've had games where I haven't gotten a basic Pokemon in the first, like, 3 first hands that I've gotten, and so the opponent starts with, like, 3 extra cards than I do, which is really funny. It might be raining outside. I'm gonna not talk for a second and see if my mic picks that up. One sec. Nah, we're good. All good. What are other mulligan rules, like in other card games, just for a comparison? Because I don't remember, from many of the card games that I play. Like, I don't remember Dragon Balls. And I avoid Magic like the plague. That's a joke. I still want to learn how to do Commander. Even if it's less funny and cute. That's the end of my turn. That guy had like a 2.5 minute turn and I got to play one guy. And even then I probably shouldn't have even played him. He's also super effective to my guys. This, this might be a Dondozo L already. I don't want to speculate, but he's got... So Regieleki VMAX makes his electric Pokemon do cumulatively, I guess, what, 60 more damage? And my guys are already weak to electric, so any of his attacks would have killed me in one hit anyway. If he... I might... Yeah, because we don't have too much more time left, I might concede so that we can play like a actual game, because that's already a lost game. Magix is good. If you decide you don't like your starting 7, you can shuffle them back, draw 7 again. Once you decide to keep, you put an amount of cards back equal to the number of mulligans you took. Oh yeah, that is cool. That is nice. So you still get to like be selective about what you don't have. I like that rule. I'm gonna go back to doing my Bandit deck, end off on like the actual deck that I play. Dragon Balls is similar, where you can just put a certain amount back and then shuffle and draw, and then you get, like, you just keep what you get that time, I'm pretty sure. If and I recall correctly. The 136165. Luckily for us, we're not getting a mulligan this turn, and or this game. I can start off strong. It's after, I guess, what, an hour and 45 minutes or so of trying decks that I had no idea how they really worked. It feels nice to be back in the safety of Bandit and Gardevoir. Even if like all of the Trainer cards and stuff are the same. The name's the names the through the 136164 were taken. He had to improvise. He had to think on his feet for that one. I'm gonna judge. I'm gonna reshuffle my hand. I need something new. That's not too much better. Actually, no, never mind. It's huge. Because I can get out Shuppet, which is one of my absolute favorite looking cards, like common cards in the Scarlet and Violet set. The artist's name is Jerky, which is also awesome. And they're sizing up to be one of my favorite, I assume, new artists, because can't think of anything I've seen from them in the past. When I opened a bunch of cards with my friends, and every time one of them pulled a Shuppet, I asked for it, not only because I'm trying to build this deck, or a Bandit deck in general, in person, but also I just really like the art. And so now I have, like, 4 of them, or 5 of them, and you can only, like, in addition to the 4 that I can have in my deck. Magic has an artist named Chippy. Yeah, I love artists with fun names. One of the most popular Pokemon artists is named Uyama, but it's in all caps, which is what makes it funny. My personal favorite is Oshiyama, which is also in all caps, so maybe I just have a thing for names that are in all caps. I'm gonna try Piona, which lets me look at 3 of my prize cards, and then I have to put 3 cards back. Which in reality, I'm actually gonna put, like, the same 3 that I just got back, basically. Except I'm gonna take Nest Ball. And I'm gonna end my turn. Klefki is the only thing standing between me and him having a full bench of Pokemon. Because it keeps Miraidon's tandem unit. Because it stops all basic Pokemon do not have abilities. And Miraidon EX is really only popular because of its ability, so it's doing well for us. But once he switches out, he's gonna do 220 damage, and then... Oh, probably to Shuppet. He's probably gonna kill Shuppet. Because it's the only Pokemon I have with an energy on it. Or Ralts, which doesn't have an energy, and I have another one, so really... Oh no, he just wanted to switch out so he could do... Yeah, his ability. That's a shame. But, you know. And he's gonna do 250 damage. That just means that... I'm gonna put Klefki back out because I'm scared, actually. So I need Bandit EX before I can do what I really want to do. Professor's Research, get 7 new cards. This is not bad, actually. What I need to do, with the main goal of this deck, in addition to having Gardevoir or Bandit, is to discard all 4 Mewtwo V-Union cards. Because if all 4 on the discard pile, then I get to play him. And he is quite strong. But first I want to get Bandit on the field. And I'm going to do 10 damage just to get something on the field, you know how it is. This Regieleki VMAX deck is probably like the biggest newcomer that we've had. Because there are still Pokemon decks that were already good, that are still good, but after rotation, this is definitely like the one that's emerged the most. Even just to becoming, the cards in it have become expensive because people are really liking it. It's not my favorite. Like, I don't think I'll be playing it, really, but I respect it. That's for certain. I need a basic energy right now. Hey, that's exactly what I asked for. And and then I'm going to retreat into Bandit EX. Yes, Pokemon actually, I think, just had a rotation. Like, the first tournament after rotation is going to be this weekend, which is really exciting. Can he do 250? No one can, so I'm actually gonna do that. Yeah, I can't wait to see, because I'm building these decks based on deck lists that have been made, like, without professional players competing. So I'm really, you know, competing at, like, a level that's super public and all that stuff. So I'm really excited to see some really cool deck lists that come out of the European Internationals this weekend. Hopefully one that uses Bandit EX, because this is probably my favorite new card. It's so funny. If you weren't here when I explained it earlier, Everlasting Darkness only does 30 damage, but makes it so that he can't play any or item cards. And then his other move, he's dead now, but his other move, Poltergeist, makes it so that he does 60 damage for every trainer card they have in their hand. So you keep them from playing it, and then you deal extra damage for everyone they didn't play. That being said, this is also looking like a fairly not good game, because I did not have enough energy in the discard pile. Gardevoir lets you put any amount of energy, psychic energy, from your discard onto your psychic Pokemon, but for every one you place, it takes 20 damage, which is really good. It's one of the other better new cards, but it doesn't do anything if you don't have any energy in the discard pile. And I don't think Raikou can do enough damage to kill Gardevoir EX. Okay, so we did exactly enough damage. Meaning this is a classic Gardevoir EXL. But we're gonna keep fighting as if it's not, because to concede now would be silly, to say the least. I'm gonna do my 10 damage and go out like a man. Just like we start. This is actually, I think, the same Klefki we started with, so at least we'll be going down next to a true friend, someone who's been there for me the whole shebang. 250 damage. He was a good one. He was one of the good ones, you know? But, you know, smart players can play a poor hand well. That's what I've been saying since day one. The 136165 might be the 136165th the, but he's number one in my heart. And on that note, I think that's it for the first April marathon stream, if I do say so myself. I'll be back 1 week from today to play Super Smash Brothers, I'm fairly certain. But until then, in the description of this video, there's a bunch of links for cool stuff to check out there. And probably before the next time you see me, we should have another video out, so we can talk about that when the time comes. But until that time comes, bye.